a big boy.
All right. So what I'm gonna actually do is, since the head's really soft, I'll skin out up to the head, stick it in the freezer, and then let the head firm up overnight, and then I'll mold it tomorrow. Just because if you try to mold it well, like I said, I'm gonna get it skinned, get it in the freezer, get everything done when you leave again. So yeah, get with me before you leave. It'll be frozen, and it'll be kind of like salt dried. Then I'll put you in contact with these guys they're in upstate New York. It's called Civco. It's a tannery. They'll basically tell you like what you need to do to get it to them and how long it'll take to get it back to you. I really couldn't tell you how long they're gonna. It varies.
All right. Here we go. Wow, it's like a jacket.
And then, because snakes essentially stretch when they eat, once the skin is off of the carcass, it's going to be longer and bigger than it was.
Wow. Yeah.
Because all the wrinkles, that are naturally in the skin, everything just kind of lets out. And then there's skin, between each scale. You stretch some scales out. You see that skin between it.
Yeah. So
it all just lets out a little bit more than what it naturally would. Scissors are dull as can be. I really like doing it like this, but when's the last time this thing ate?
This thing about maybe 4 weeks ago.
Okay.
So you're good.
All right. Because tell you one of the grossest things if you cut one open.
Oh yeah, that smell is so nasty.
I did a rattlesnake for a guy, and it had a half decomposed squirrel in it.
Disgusting.
Man, it's awful.
Wow. Yeah, that's one of the only things, death and vomit, all wrapped in one.
Yeah.
You're gonna make a nice pair of jeans.
It'll be cool. When you asked me about that, I was like, because, typically all my clients, all the people I do work for, deer hunters, duck hunters. The guy you called that actually referred me to you, he's a good friend of mine, and he says, you get a message about a snake? I said, yeah. And he's like, I don't know if they want to mount it, what they want to do with it. And when you called me, I texted back. I was like, it's an anaconda. Dude said he wants to make some jeans out of it. He's like, what? Like it's not. It's uncommon, And I was like, man, I'm not. I get people all the time. They call and they want to get, hats made, or especially here. During gator season, people will call. They want boot, and I'm like, I don't know how to make boots. I'm not a seamstress. I'm not a boot maker. I don't know how to do that kind
You
of
just
stuff.
do the yucky part.
I do the. I can turn it into leather. I don't know how to make leather goods.
Pretty sure you make a killing if you did.
Oh yeah, there's some local there's a local company about 2 hours from here that you can bring them any kind of skin. You can bring them this, and they'll make boots out of it.
Really?
Yeah, they're high.
They're
they're
okay.
Very expensive. I think they start like a custom pair of boots starts around like $800-900.
Wow. That's if you bring your skin, or
and that's you bringing your own skin. That's not them sourcing something for you. You know.
Wow.
The dullest scissors. I really need to get some. Find a way to get some new ones.
This is disgusting.
I ain't even opened it up yet.
Oh man.
Now I will tell you, it's gonna smell bad when I get back here. When I actually start taking the skin off.
Okay.
Because you know snakes got those glands, and I don't know how bad it varies from snake to snake. Some snakes are awful. I mean, like open the door and windows off. Spray some air freshener bad.
Yeah, I mean, at that point, if I feel like I gotta vomit, I'm just gonna say bye.
Yeah, I hear you.
I'm gonna leave you to your craft, man. I don't know how many YouTube videos of this are out there, but you might be famous.
No, I've never done this. Oh, you filming me now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Gives you a lot of customers after they see this. Disgusting. Is this the smelly part?
Nope, not yet.
You think when everything's prepped and ready, do you think the skin is going to maintain the way it looks now when I do whatever with it?
It should. It might fade a little bit.
Okay.
Typically with reptiles, once the skin's tanned, reds and yellows for whatever reason just don't. They tend to not hold up very well. I don't know why. It's just kind of.
You need a special license for this or no?
Not in Louisiana. Some states you do, but not here. Pretty lax as far as the laws go. And this knife, it's called a fish skinning knife. It's it's serrated, but it's not sharp, so it won't puncture the skin.
Wow.
But it'll separate, the membrane.
Bet you don't use that to cook with, huh?
No. Pretty much all I'm doing, you see where the meat.
It looks like it's gonna be
touch.
easy though.
It's like it creates like a film. Just separate it. And we'll see when we get to it. It's usually like right along the spine where if the skin's gonna stick, that's where it's gonna stick bad. Like I said, that's kind of the norm with most constrictors, but I think this one's gonna. So that's. If it comes apart easy, then the rest of it should come apart pretty easy.
What is that?
I have no idea. So, I don't know what the hell that is. Never seen that before. I don't know what that is. I've never seen that in a snake before. It's like, I don't know, maybe some kind of like little tumors or something?
Maybe.
I have no clue. Starting to smell a little bit. Smell it?
No.
No. It's the blood. It's got a strong smell.
I'm glad I only had a smoothie today. That's all I ate. That's all I had was a nice smoothie. So I'm good. Is it possible to mail you like a dead snake like that's frozen?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I get
Have to put it on dry ice, huh?
yeah, you can put it on dry ice. I get frozen stuff shipped to me all the time from pretty much all over the country.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know quite a few people with snakes, so once they see this, they're probably gonna wanna jump on board. I've had a couple of snakes die on me, but this was the first one where I said, now this skin will look beautiful.
Yep. So,
I got a huge boa inside my RV right now.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh, now I smell it a little bit.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just the blood.
Yuck.
I can deal with some smells.
Yeah, I can tell.
Smells don't bother me.
Gosh. You ever bring any smells back in the house with you?
No.
Good. I know death is very potent.
It's an acquired smell, taste for sure. See, I was just pulling it like that.
Mm-hmm.
Some snakes will just, like, if I do that, I peel it all the way out.
Mm-hmm.
This one's not gonna cooperate like that, unfortunately. Maybe have to do it the complicated way.
So why don't the other guys do snakes? Do they just get grossed out by it, or?
Man, just a lot of people just don't like snakes. You know, it's that irrational fear of snakes.
Yeah.
Even a dead snake, they're terrified of. Which I personally think is stupid.
Is there anything you are scared of?
I'm not gonna say I'm afraid of anything, but if there's one animal I really don't like, it's mice. Live mice.
Live mice.
Yeah.
Oh man.
They're too damn fast, man.
Yeah.
They just, and it's like this tiny little.
Mm-hmm.
It's an animal that infiltrates your home,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, they just move too fast for me. Something about the way they move. I don't like mice, but
Mm-hmm.
snakes don't bother me at all. You know, here we have a ton of different species of snakes, and I catch snakes in the yard often, and you know, show my kids and teach them what's a safe snake, what's
Mm-hmm.
you know, what's venomous, what isn't. And,
Anything with a diamond head, I believe, is venomous, correct?
yeah, for the most part. I mean, here we have a lot of water snakes.
Mm-hmm.
Water snakes look a lot like a cottonmouth. There's just a few little variations here and there to tell them apart, but yeah, we see a lot of snakes here. It's good and bloody. So, you know, like, for example, if this would have like froze overnight or something,
Mm-hmm.
there wouldn't be that much. There wouldn't hardly be any blood. Just because, like, the blood, since it died, like, it hadn't had time to really clot.
Mm-hmm.
like it should have.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why it's bleeding as much as it is. So when I tell you, like I told you earlier, it doesn't get much grosser than what I was doing.
Mm-hmm.
This is the exception.
Mm-hmm. That's the stomach, I think, right?
Sure. It's pretty much all stomach, right?
All stomach. You're right. You don't want to pierce that, though. I think that's the most horrible smelling part.
Yeah, no, we're gonna avoid doing that at all costs.
Flesh.
The blood's enough. Blood's enough of a mess right now.
This is one of the most interesting days of my life.
Yeah.
Yes. It's just another day for you, huh?
You're welcome. This is what I call Thursday.
Thursday. Wow. I'm turning vegetarian today. It's just disgusting.
Yeah, man, you do this long enough and nothing bothers you, like, at all.
I will never do this.
Dude, I've got friends, and this is no exaggeration, like like right now, lunchtime, they do this. You skin it with one hand, eat a sandwich
you
while
do
you're
that too?
doing it. No, God, no. I don't eat out here. No, I'm not a germaphobe, but man, you just don't know what kind of bacteria is on shit like this and other animals you fool with. You know, stuff's dead. It's just. Part of it.
I was gonna make something really nice though.
Oh, it's gonna be cool when it's done, for sure.
I'll send you a copy of the video.
Yeah, please do. Put it on YouTube.
Yeah.
Title it "The Time I Spent a Day with a Serial Killer."
I didn't know whether to take her to the vet or just. But I said, I don't think this thing's gonna make it. And the vet's just gonna charge me $100 just to tell me the same thing I see now. It's dead. It's not gonna make it.
Right. I mean, is there a whole lot they can even do for a snake? I don't know how that
He
works.
kept on opening his mouth, so I put peroxide inside the mouth. And it just foamed up. That's when the head gets starting big like that.
Yeah.
So peroxide is not going to bring it back to life. there are people out there that sell snake skin. How much do you think skin like this would cost if there were people who were just selling it?
Maybe I don't know. I've seen snakes like this whole, like, you know, if you would have taken the snake whole, thrown it in the freezer, sell for $200-300.
Really?
Yeah. Now tanned. I don't know. I guess if you found somebody that was looking to do something with it, like what you're looking to do, yeah. I mean, I don't see why you couldn't get a couple $100 for it.
Gosh.
This is usually where, if it's gonna get bad, it's gonna
Really?
get bad right here. See what's cool on these too, like these big constrictors. You know, they got that little spur.
Yeah.
It's like it's a bone that connects to like their hip. That only these like big constrictors have.
I always say it's proof that they used to have legs.
Yeah. Which is pretty cool, you know. So it's you get some evolutionary proof that
Almost already looks like leather. When you take away all that pink stuff.
man, there's not much to it. You know, you get that little bit of flesh and membrane off of it, and it's essentially just. You know,
But even that, once you take all
pure
the flesh
white
out,
skin.
so once you take all the flesh out, that will still actually decay once you take off the.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah, it's still organic tissue. I mean.
I'll never look at a snake the same again. What is that? The heart or the kidneys? Don't worry about me. What is that?
Oh, I don't know.
It looks like part of the stomach.
I don't know what that is. I think.
Don't open it.
I don't know. No, I ain't gonna open it. I don't know if it's. I honestly don't know what that is, or I don't think it's any kind of organ. I think it might be like fat. Scientist or a biologist. I dissect them, but I don't know what the hell I'm looking at half the time.
See what the Bible means by the way of the flesh leads to death. was thinking I could do this by myself.
I don't know you, but I don't have enough confidence in you to been able to do. This has been one of those projects you got about 5 minutes in, and like, man, you know what?
I'm good. Got better things to do with life.
This snake's gonna end up in a dumpster.
So I'm the type of person where rather pay a mechanic to do everything. Like I'll change my oil myself. I'll figure out how to do it myself, Mr. Fix. And I'm always trying to save myself $1. But this right here, you can have it.
Yeah. I'm a firm believer that people who are professionals in their trade are much more efficient at doing things than I am.
Yeah. You do pretty good financially doing it?
Yeah, I don't typically do this full time.
Mm-hmm.
I work for an engineering firm in Baton Rouge, and we design chemical plants. Work just got kind of really slow, and I decided to take some time off just to get caught up here in the shop. Typically do this on the weekends and make a little, not a ton of money, but enough to justify keep doing it, you know. And it's fun. I enjoy the artistic side of it, you know, turning this into, you know, something that looks like a live animal. You don't get rich doing this, that's for damn sure.
I bet you don't have that much competition though.
Man, believe it or not, within 20 miles of here, there's probably 14 other guys doing this.
Really?
Yeah. There's a lot of taxidermists out there that most people just, like I said, it's not something that a lot of people are well versed on. See, that's probably like the widest section of it.
Wow. Get some nice jeans. That actually looks like you could take up the whole front though.
I mean, cool belt too. You know, man, you talking about a girl you met on Tinder being a mortician. What the hell are they gonna think when you walk up with a pair of jeans and you pet that snake? That's a conversation starter and ender right there.
Tell them it's no different than your pocketbook.
That's right. Only difference is you didn't know the cow
But his name was
first
Willie.
came from.
Yep.
I knew this snake.
His name was Willie. Gosh, this is gross. And then you got all the gooey sounds and stuff to go with it.
Yeah. Yeah, man, if it didn't have the sounds, it wouldn't be fun.
Can this be done with a fish?
Yep.
Yeah, it can be, right?
Yep, you can do this with anything. Anything.
Oh my God.
See? That's
Oh.
what I was talking about.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Oh my
It's
God.
just this one spot, man.
Disgusting.
It's pretty bad.
Is that gonna go away anytime soon?
Yeah. It'll
Shoot.
You can spray a little. You can spray some of that if you want.
No, I'm good.
I don't want you to
I'm sorry.
seem like a good dude, but I don't want you throwing up in my shower. It's a weird smell. It's like
Yeah.
it smells like something burnt, and it kind of smells like BO.
Mm-hmm. It's definitely BO.
Almost done.
I can actually take whatever you do with the head. I can actually take that and do a belt buckle with it.
Yeah.
That's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah, I'll make it out of. It's gonna be made out of like a hard plastic, so.
Mm-hmm. I think if I get another dead snake, I'm gonna try to get you to do a life replica of it.
Definitely do it. Got a couple right there on the table that are unfinished, but
Mm.
they're little small ones.
But they don't move though; they stay stiff like that, right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm. So I can tell you the shape that I want it to be in. Like, like okay.
Yep.
I'll make it to where it could just sit on your shoulders.
Definitely do it.
What's the price tag on that?
It totally depends really depends on the size of the snake. If I were going to do this snake mounted, this would be probably about 1,200. Smaller snake would be less. I think the minimum, probably the minimum on any snake would be probably about 3 or 4, depending on size.
What's the turnaround time on it?
Typically, all my projects are 8 months to a year.
Wow.
Yeah. Just because, like that freezer is one of 4 that I have, and that's my smallest freezer. I've probably got right now 150 or more projects to do.
You got a website or?
No, I don't have a website. I probably should have a website. No, I just use mostly social media to kind of get myself out there, but I guess it would make sense for me to have one. My wife keeps telling me I need a website.
And at what point do you chop the head off?
In a minute.
Wow.
As soon as I get up to it. I'm gonna leave a little section of the neck, just so I have, when I mold it, I have something to kind of grab onto to pull it in and out of the mold itself. But
off with your head. There we go. Wow. I'm not going to touch that. That's it.
Long snake, man. He's probably 8 feet.
About.
Probably closer to 9 now that it's skinned out. Yeah, so it's probably about 9 feet now.
Wow. Disgusting.
Yep.
All right, what's your name and how do people contact you?
My name is Derek Plaisance, and my business is Plaisance Taxidermy and Art Studio. Hammond, Louisiana. Call me at 504-259-6988.
Yes. And don't do what I just did.
No.
Smell this stuff.